back in DR. Thank you for tuning in to Tailor Made Dreams. I'm here with my boy Alex. I call him Alex the developer.
Yes, sir.
Because that's basically what he does, develop apps. And he developed this new app that we're using, a lot of people, especially the expats are using in DR called Jubielee.
Yep.
Jubielee is an app that it acts as like a Venmo, a PayPal,
Yep.
a Zelle, whatever, except it's related to doing business here in the DR.
Right.
So Alex, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. We got some grub. I'm gonna get started doing
Yeah,
this grub.
I can see that. That looks really good.
And I'm gonna let him explain, the apps and what it do. Then we're gonna just do some questions. And
Right.
is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, brother. Take
All right,
over.
so
sir.
while Russ gets into what's here in the Dominican Republic, it looks real nice. So Jubielee, there we go. So Jubielee is there we go.
There we go.
Jubielee is for those that know about Cash App and things like that. It's just basically almost an international Cash App. My vision behind it was to make things a lot easier for those that live here, those that travel here, and those that have family and friends here. So that's what it does, Russ. It makes it a lot easier for people to send money and to receive money in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I had an incident, and I was in Madagascar. Y'all remember when I went to Africa, where my daughter got sick, baby mom needed some money, and I used the Jubielee app. I knew Alex, so I said, hey, I just want to make sure this goes through because she needs money. Alex, no problem. Within 10 minutes, I'm from Madagascar, I used the app. So from Madagascar, Africa, I used the app. My baby mother had the money in 10 minutes, which made me feel easier, which definitely made her feel easier because she's like, you in Africa, how the hell can you do?
Right.
So yeah, so in 10 minutes, she had the money. Go ahead, brother.
And you know what? No, I was going to say, Russ, that's important because no matter where you are, you were in Africa, but you can be anywhere in the world. My brother was in Paris, and I wanted to show that the app, which is internet-based, it doesn't matter where you are. You can transfer anywhere in the world. So, I think it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning, Dominican time. I don't know what time it was for you, Russ, but it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning, Dominican time. And the thing about the app is it doesn't go to sleep. So if you need it 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't matter. So you always have that access. And another thing, Russ, she needed to get the money at the store.
Right.
So what Russ was able to do was he used a part of the app that's called Jubiecash. And so Jubiecash is for people who may not have access to their bank account or may not even have a bank account. So what happens is we get through the app, it sends them a code. They use the code, their cellular, and then they're able to go to any ATM machine and just hit Sin Tarjeta, and they don't have to use a card. They don't even have to have a bank account.
Yeah, that was the convenience because she don't have a bank card or a bank account. But she was able to, she said, well, where can I pick up the money? I said, listen, just go to any Banco Popular ATM, and you'll be able to pick up the money, not a problem. So, like I said, the following morning, she took care of that, not a problem. It was there. They'll send like a code. I sent her the code. As soon as she got that code, it was ready for her at the bank.
Absolutely, and that takes a couple of minutes. I found myself at the grocery store or the supermercado, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to use my card. I'm just going to send myself Jubiecash. So I'll Jubiecash myself 3,000-4,000 pesos, and then I'll just have the pay with cash. And so for those that Russ that come through, and they're down here for, we call them weekend warriors. They come down for 4 or 5 days.
I know them weekend warriors.
Yeah. So what happens is they use their credit card, and unfortunately, a lot of times they either get scammed or a lot of brothers I've seen this in some of the groups. They said, "Hey, look, I was charged double." That's the last thing you want to try to do is to clear up credit card issues when you're back on the plane headed to the U.S. or wherever you are. So
definitely,
we keep people from having to use their card, because that is a big thing here. You just have to be careful. And the last thing that you want to have is if you get on the plane, you've had a great trip, and now you're coming down the land. I mean, you're landing, and then you start getting all these messages as soon as your Wi-Fi saying $17.99, $13.99. You done bought some from Amazon, Bravo, I mean, you done bought groceries. You got Uber Eats. You got a whole lot of charges.
And it's happened.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Yeah.
I know personally of 2 people who used their cards, the ATM cards at the machine, and literally got robbed out of their bank account, out of their money, their savings account, or checking account, whichever one they had linked up to.
Yeah. So it's just.
It's happened.
Yeah. It's just a way to just to be secure, guys. And so for me, Russ, using the other systems like Western Union and all those other ones, me using those systems, it was just like the problems that I saw that people were having. Like I can tell you right now that there's users or your viewers, I'm sorry, that they've had instances where they've tried to send somebody some money, and we're gonna talk about sending money, why and the things like that. But because I know
you got your Western Union poppies, this for you too.
Right. So right.
Yeah, because it ain't gonna stop. So we just gonna tell you how to Western Union a little bit. We're gonna tell you how to Jubielee.
Right. So what we say is, if you're gonna sponsor responsibly. If you're gonna sponsor responsibly. Because listen, let's just Russ, on your show, you always, you want to keep it real, and because again, you can't fool anybody but yourself. And like you said, after a few seconds, a few minutes, when guys talk about I don't do this, I don't do that, okay, great. But a lot of times
then they give me a call with a story.
So my thing is, okay, by me, before I moved here, and sending money back and forth, if you get a name wrong or a last name wrong or a letter wrong, you can have a situation.
They're not going to
give you the money, right? So when I developed this app, I said, you know what? I'm going to solve a lot of the problems.
That's called Dominican proof.
Yeah, I'm going to solve a lot of the problems with this app that people have, right? So you don't, as a sender, you don't have to worry about any of their information, because it's a social fintech app. So the information that you need to is just to be able to click on their name. They input all their information, so you don't have to worry about that. So you don't have to worry about hearing Western Union tell you something like, you got to send it again.
No, and I've had that situation happen to me.
Yeah.
One of the best things about it
Yep.
is you don't need that person's information to send money, because I'm telling you, a lot of these chicks don't even have cellulars. They don't even have IDs. I ain't saying they're underage. I'm saying they don't have IDs. It's a real thing in Dominican Republic. I'm talking about like 20, 25, 30, 40-year-old women don't have no fucking IDs. That's serious. Yeah.
So this was the thing. Like for me, Russ, it was not about just me coming into this game and just putting out what I thought people needed. I said, here's a need. Here's what I can solve. And I know, of course I watch the channel, I'm subscribed to the channel. And I know a lot of guys they'll say this right here. They'll say, well, guys shouldn't be sending money, shouldn't be doing that. And I just think we really just have to stop that whole what guys should or shouldn't be doing, right? I just think that they should do it responsibly. What we say? If you're gonna sponsor responsibly. That's it. Because you can tell guys all day, don't do this, don't do that, and guys are gonna do what they're simply gonna do what they want to do.
The power of love.
The power of love. And we say we don't put a price on love. Because what happens is a lot of guys, and Daryl is here, off camera. Daryl, and he'll be able to say this. I'm in this to really help people, not to just try to say, I want to make this or that. I tell people, because again, people who are using it, they're people that I know that have grown to trust me. But I'll call and see, if I see somebody that have sent money 3 or 4 times, I'll call and say, hey man, did you mean to send that?
Yeah.
4 times?
He's called me. I'm like, look, it's my daughter mom.
Right. Did you mean to do that? Because I just want to make sure that nobody has your information, things like that. So we've set that up in the app to keep people safer, because if you're using some of the other services, they don't care if you have 10 to 15 transactions in a row. They're going to get it. But I'm like, I don't know if that's right. So I built into my app that if things sort of happen that's out of character, then we call just to make sure. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to call to make sure that this is what you want to do. And guys have said yes, and we said okay, and then we let it roll.
Man, I got a story for you. So when we were in Africa,
Yeah.
my brother, $35,000 taken out of his account while we were going. He was using his car, and some charges were from Africa, and he called his bank and told them that he was in Africa, and so he wouldn't have any problem with the ATM.
Right.
Because in Madagascar, that's the best way to get money. Now I don't know what happened, but I know $35,000. He just got that money back, and we've been back from Africa for what? It's about 2 months.
Right, because they have to go through an intensive investigation. Then it's international.
And that's what they told him. Yeah.
Right, it's an intense investigation. So Russell, let me say this as well. When we talk about me and this app, Jubielee, let me be clear that this is not like, some startup or the side of the road. I'm backed by Chase Bank. I'm an international global processor through Chase Bank. Mm-hmm. So for those that may not know, Chase is the largest private bank in the world. Mm. They're the 5th largest bank in the world because you have the 4 banks of China, but all of those are government-run banks. Right. And then you have Chase Bank. So if you would think that Chase Bank would not vet me, it took a year for me to get, KYC'd, which is Know Your Customer. They went through all of my life, every ounce, because listen, I'm getting in the money game.
Right.
I'm getting in the money game. So, I am currently one of one. And so, they don't have anybody like me in this system, Russ.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, this is, because it takes a lot.
Right.
So, when the pushback that I've gotten, Russ, and I've talked to you about this, man, it's just that, brothers are sending it and they're like, well, he doesn't have a lot of reviews. And I was like, how many times would brothers review, hey, Western Union did, this was the best app? Because brothers aren't going to send reviews because it's like, man, I'm not going to let nobody clown me about, doing what I'm doing. So I say all that to say, the app, man, we've been doing it, for 2 years. We've sort of really been strong this last year, and we're growing, man. And so once people kind of get an idea and they utilize it and see how it works, and it's not just here in the Dominican Republic, man. We have people from the DR sending money back to the States, from the States to the DR, and then we look at, we have plans in 2024 to go into, like Colombia and some other places. But I wanted to start here first, man.
All right. No, but and I'm gonna tell you, it took me about a year because I tried the app and I said, man, you got some glitches you need to work out.
Okay, yeah.
Before I even put out, a product on my channel that I'm comfortable with. So he asked me for my review of the app, what I thought of it, what the glitches that I found. And I told them, and everyone was resolved. Everyone was solved.
And one of the things that one of the things that you said was, it may seem like it's a small thing, but Russ said, hey man, the text is too small.
Yeah.
I said,
I'm glad it's thick.
The text is too small? He was like, yeah, so let's make the text larger. And so, when you have people that give you good critique, you got to either be ready for it, because if you're not ready for the critique, then it's going to happen. I mean, like with Daryl. Daryl says, hey man, this is going on, that's going on. I need to have this. My man Los, he says, hey, what about this? What about that? So this is an opportunity for me to just make it better, And so that's what I always say, Daryl. I always say that, hey man, I'm looking to make it better.
No, and I appreciate that from a consumer point of view. Because a lot of times you say something, man, and as a consumer, you just get ignored unless you're one of the big fish or the heavy investors. So from, like I said, a consumer point of view, people actually listening to you and actually following through with the suggestions, I'm appreciative of that. But also, another thing that you could pay certain bills with your Jubielee.
Oh, absolutely. So right now we currently have a contract with the Dominican government where you can pay your electric bill. We have Eddie Norte, Eddie Sur, and Eddie Este. And so we are also closing on, collateral, Altice, the water. So you'll be able to pay all of those bills. And it's just much faster. A man Lowe's pays his electric bill. And in speaking of how people use it, this app is not just for, because I've been some people have looked at it and said, oh man, it's just for sending women money. It's like, no, man, we have
Nah, way too many expats down here.
yeah, we have everything that you can, like people are sending money to themselves. Also, it's not just sending money. It's an app that has chat. You can chat back and forth. You can make phone calls. You can do everything that I think I included apps like whatever you can do on WhatsApp, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, all of them. I just put it all into one application. It even translates when you're chatting, because when I was using WhatsApp, you have to go from this app to that app to translate if your Spanish is not really, Spanish is not really good. So I added in my app, you just hit the button and it automatically translates.
And is that for like Apple and Samsung?
Yeah. Right now I know it's in the Android version, and in the newer updated iOS version, it'll be in there as well. The thing with Apple makes you go through a few extra hoops.
Apple want money.
Yes, Apple, because they have their translator, they're like, no, we want you to continue to do it how you've been doing it,
Yeah.
So you have to sort of work around Apple's desire to kind of keep everything.
Right.
They don't want something to be too good.
Right, now that's just to translate. That's not to use the app.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Because I'm an Apple user, so I don't want nobody to confuse that. I'm an Apple user, so
Yep.
I didn't see it. That's why I asked.
Right. No. Right. Yeah. And
right.
so, go ahead, Russ. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like I said, man, for people who actually live here, it's a great way if you need some quick cash. Like you may be going out to Samaná, you ain't bringing enough cash, and you can actually Jubielee yourself some money, and all you gotta do is find like a Banco Popular, which is in every damn city in this country.
All Banco Reservas.
All Banco Reserve, they're the two largest banks in Dominican Republic. So whatever city you're in, you could actually, if you short cash, you can actually Jubielee yourself cash. So that way you can finish your vacation, have fun. You ain't got to pull out no ATM card or anything like that. And that's the best thing, man. So I want to go back to that, because I'm leery about using my ATM card, like I said, because I know two people down here that got took. Thankfully everybody's gotten their money back, but it's that process of waiting. And if you short on cash, that process of waiting till you get some more money back in your bank account, depending on, like I said, your situation, that can hurt you. So Jubielee is a way that I can feel comfortable. I'm one of those guys, I don't use my ATM card. I'm very leery about it. As a matter of fact, when I used my ATM card in Africa, what I did was, because my ATM is linked to my checking account.
Yeah.
Before, what I did was I put like $1,000 in my ATM, and I transferred whatever I had over $1,000 to my savings account. Right. Because I said, well, if anybody gonna take me, they ain't
gonna get everything.
They ain't gonna get every goddamn thing. Like I said, my brother, he had more money in his, so that's why, unfortunately, his situation happened. But like I said, he got it back. It just took some time. But anytime you're traveling, that's a tip that I want to tell you. So if you're using, and a lot of guys got checking and saving with the same bank. Right. So if you're using an ATM card, just put enough money in your checking account that the debit card is hooked up to. That way, if God forbid something do happen, you don't have to worry about getting taken for a load. But that Jubielee, it relieved my stress factor in DR, as far as I could go to the ATM, I could just punch in the code, and I don't have to use my debit card, because I don't even carry my debit card anyway. So right. Yeah. I would have an issue.
Yeah, and so now we have another situation, like, well, not a situation, but another update that we're doing, where if you can now have your bank in the U.S. and go directly to your bank in your bank in the Dominican Republic. Right. Yep. So we now have it separated, where you have your receiving bank and your sending bank. So you can literally in seconds just transfer money from the U.S. your U.S. banking account to the Dominican bank account, and it's just, you don't have to have nothing, no bells or whistles. It just works, man. Yeah.
Now, so I'm telling you, man. So look at the thumbnail to this video, and you'll see the Jubielee, the Jubielee logo. And so when you go into your Play Store, or your apps, or whatever it is that you go into, I'm with Apple, so I go into the app.
To the App Store.
App Store. you'll see to make sure that you download the correct Jubielee, because there's a lot of Jubelees, a lot of Jubielee apps.
Oh, yeah, now the Jubielee app, you just have to spell it right. It's Jubielee. Lee.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people go Jubile.
Or they just go Jubielee. Jubielee. So,
So spell that one more time.
it's Jubielee. Jubielee.
All right. And for those of you who don't read, look at the picture in the description.
Right.
Look at the picture in the thumbnail.
Right, yeah.
No, because I'm like that sometimes. Sometimes, man, I'm going through shit. But if I see something, I'm a visual person. I'm a visual and an audible person. So like reading shit, like don't give me a script this long. Just tell me the story and bottom line. And so, like I said, everybody does things differently. So that's all I'm trying to say. And the older you get, you want things as simple as possible. But that's what I like about the Jubielee app. It's senior friendly. It's senior friendly. So
and I'll say this. Go ahead, Darryl.
It's also It's also weekend warrior friendly.
hold on.
Yeah.
If you in the villa at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, yes.
Hold on.
Start
that again.
So it's also weekend warrior friendly, because if you're in your villa at 2:00 in the morning, you having a dispute with Chica, and you say, okay, I'm gonna send you the money, or you don't have the cash, you can always send the money to the Bound Reserve or
Right.
Banco Popular,
And the
and
cool,
have them go
yeah.
pick the money up at 2:00 in the morning. You don't have to wait for Caribbean Express to open,
No.
or for Western Union to open.
Or
You
if
can
you need and want a little extra change, because a lot of times, and I say this, I say a lot of times a guy may be out of money, but that don't mean he broke.
I've
You
been
know
there.
what I mean?
I've been there.
He may be out of money, but he's definitely
I
not
ain't
broke.
broke at this.
So on the Jubielee app, that you're able to make this
Right.
and yeah,
All you need is your phone.
all you need is your phone.
All you need is your phone. Everything.
You had that happy hour, now you want another one.
We also talk about how simple the app is to use.
Yeah.
How simple it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
matter of fact,
Not only are we going to talk about how
Yeah.
simple the app is, easy to use, I want you to talk about your YouTube channel
Yeah.
that you did, so
Well-
that when they have certain issues that come up that just kind of using the app,
yeah,
that they can go to the YouTube channel and be like, all right, so using, let's say, options menu or cash menu, they can go to that and there's a tutorial that will take them right through to solve any issue.
and Russ got to get credit for that again. Like I said, guys, I lean on the OGs and people who can actually help me do what it is we're trying to do, right? So what I did was I said, hey Russ, I need to do XYZ, and Russ said, where's your YouTube channel? And I was like, I don't really have a YouTube channel. Russ said, man, I need you to do a
Yes.
YouTube channel and get me all those videos, and so that we know what to do.
I need to resolve issues.
I jumped right on it, and so somewhere along in here, we'll put the YouTube channel, but it's at the Jubielee app, YouTube. You say at the Jubielee app.
Okay,
yeah.
so if they want to go to, and I'm gonna put that in the description too. But if they want to go to the YouTube channel, what do they punch in? They go at
the Jubielee app.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the Jubielee app.
YouTube. Yeah, at the Jubielee app.
And I'll have that linked in the description as well.
Yeah, but again, Russ, just publicly, is to say that you've added a lot, man, and you haven't asked me for a dime.
Nothing.
Listen, guys,
And I normally charge $350 to do a
me-
video like this.
let me-
I ain't
let me
gonna
say
lie.
this.
But I know this app was needed,
Yeah.
and I know it resolves issues, and I'm all about in making sure that especially people that look like me succeed. So yes, I mean, like I said, as a content creator, as an entrepreneur, of course, I want to make money. But there's some things, man, you got to look past the money issue and see what is it serving. So I always tell people, if you want to be a millionaire, look for a problem, fix that problem, and you become a millionaire.
And so, yeah, publicly, definitely wanted to say that because, again, man, it's when you're out here, man, people, they're slow to support you. And I've just been watching, and of course I've been just, talking about, like, hey Russ, why would these people have, these negative thoughts and these negative, just comments, and you really was like, man, listen, and you broke it down to me, and by breaking it down and explaining it, because again, you're out here in the YouTube world. My world is in front of the computer early in the morning when it's real quiet.
Yeah.
So getting out here, man, being in front of people and sort of exposing myself to criticism and just people, I didn't realize, man, that people just sometimes just want to say something negative just to be negative. Man, I didn't.
Now, like I said, I told Alex, success comes with hate. If you don't want to be hated, don't be successful. It's simple. Because the thing is, extraordinary people become successful. I didn't say rich, right? Because rich is a construct,
right? Okay.
Depending on where you see. But successful, that's not a construct. You know success. You feel success. And success always comes with haters. So I told him, just don't be successful. And of course, the brother is not going to use that advice. So you got to get used to people hating you. I mean, people hate on me, done 3 and 4 videos, 3-4 hour videos about, my life, just hating me. Not that I scammed, not that I cheated, not that you scammed, not that you cheated, not that your app don't work.
Yeah.
But just on hating you by yourself, and that happens. And all those who watching this video who have achieved their level of success, you know it too. So you got to get used to, like I said, especially when you dipping into that media space, that marketing space. Listen, hate comes with success. So get used to the hate and enjoy the success.
You remember what I told you?
What's that?
I said, we were having a conversation, going back and forth, and I said, Russ, I haven't done anything to deserve like my people. And then I said, wait a minute. I said,
yes, you did.
I did do something. I am hurting them. They feel some kind of way because they look and they see what I'm doing and it hurts them. So I had to realize that I am doing something. Now, I'm not intending that they get this result and that it hurts them, but I realize that what I'm building and what I'm looking to build, it hurts them.
Yeah, like I said, that's just people who fall under that umbrella of certified jealousy. But we're talking about this Jubielee app, so we're gonna leave the haters behind.
Oh yeah, so I just want to let.
I said one thing about the hate.
Yeah.
Because I do hate you.
Hold on, let me give you the mic.
Yeah.
Daryl always
Here
wants
it
to talk
comes.
without the mic.
Okay,
Here it comes.
I do hate you.
I understand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here
So
we go.
I do hate you
Uh-huh.
because there's certain people in my life now that are familiar with the Jubielee app,
Okay, I can
and
understand
now they
that.
know that they can ask for money at any time of day or night.
Yeah.
And they tell me, well, you can send it through Jubilee.
That's the
This is true. Yeah, this
So
is true.
yeah, I hate you.
We have made it very easy.
Oh yeah.
We've made it very easy. At some point, it's like too easy.
Yeah. Now that's Daryl brought up an important point.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it is an important point.
Yeah.
If you do use this Jubielee app with you, they know that you can send them money.
Yeah. It
2, 3, 4
definitely
o'clock
makes
in
it-
the morning.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot. And not only that, listen, not only that, right? They can call you, FaceTime you, and they be like, and you just, and they know you just got to hit the button. And they want to see you hit the button on the phone. And it's like, Jubielee!
Oh,
And then they're good.
that's the other thing.
Uh-huh.
The sound. Gracias.
Gracias. Oh,
When you send that money,
Right.
when they get that money, it says Jubielee.
Right.
They get a tone on their phone that says Jubielee.
that's true. But again, the other thing that I do is
And for you brothers that send
for the
money,
brothers that sending money, or whomever that's sending money, the one thing that we always want to hear is just thank you. So I built it into the app.
The app tells
app
you,
makes
even
sure.
when she tells you,
Right.
even when she don't tell you gracias.
Right. The app makes sure
The app
because
says,
the app says gracias because it's very important. It's very important, Russ. I know a lot of guys that's like, I feel you. At another
Damn.
Now
even
watch
when-
this,
Go ahead.
Russ. Now, there's been times when guys have said they've sent money, and maybe somebody said, "That's all you sent." I see people laughing in the background. Y'all know we got it because they know. Say, "That's all you sent." So watch this. I'm not even going to say it. What do they do, Los?
Okay. Customer remorse right now.
We called it buyer's remorse.
I call it cancel button.
You hit
I
the
call it
cancel button,
That's right. Hit that cancel.
and it come right back to you. Man, I'm telling you.
Right back to your account. So it goes back to your Jubielee account,
Yeah, go
and
back
then
to
you
your
can
Jubielee
transfer
account.
it back to your bank
Right,
account.
because again, there's times when brothers out there have sent money, and they've been like, no, forget that. There's times I sent money, and the reception was like, "That's all you sent?" And I was like, God, if I could just snatch it out of the air and snatch it back.
Now you can.
Now you can. Because I've had a situation where, because sometimes people, they so used to certain things. So
Yeah.
Is that all
a
you
certain,
sent? No,
a
I
certain,
sent less than that.
right,
I had zero.
a certain gentleman sent some cash, and his friend was like, "That's all you sent?" He said, I sent nothing.
Yeah. Now, is there a noise that make when they
It makes the noise, yeah. It makes a
I
really
love
funny
that.
noise. It
Yeah.
goes. I'm still, I'm saying it's funny, but I'm saying I thought of a lot of things that I wish was in other apps. So I
I've used
just,
that feature several times, by the way.
yeah,
Damn.
used that feature
Yeah.
several times. But again, so we joke and we play, but the real thing is that listen, this is a real movement, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking those guys that are out there to just give it a shot. Just give it a shot, and we'll see what's happening.
Can we talk about the delivery function? Because that's one thing I use.
Right.
And I know that's something,
Yeah.
that's
And one other thing, because I do know that for the just the sake of making sure we get it all in, the more you use the app, the less you pay, because it's a loyalty thing. The more that you send or the more that you use, the less that you're going to pay. So I thought that made
I
sense.
need to use mine more often.
Right. But the more you use it, the less you pay on fees and things like that. Because again, if you've been using the app for, let's say, a year,
Right.
and you should be paying less than somebody who said, I'll just use it one time.
Listen, I can tell you, Zoom, Western Union, all of them, they ain't doing it.
They're not gonna do that.
They're gonna hit you up with the
Well,
same.
Right.
The other thing is too, what I was going to say is, and I know this is kind of a growth issue right now,
yeah.
but it's the delivery function.
Yes.
Because I get, when I get paid from the U.S.,
Yeah.
I send the money to Jubielee, and I don't have to leave this beach.
Right.
The money comes to me.
Money comes to
They
you.
come and deliver the money to me right here on the beach.
Right. And so
I don't even have to leave
Right.
here.
Hold on, they deliver the money?
They deliver the money to me.
On the beach.
On the
on
beach.
the beach.
On
Get
the
the money
beach.
delivered on the beach. I mean,
Hold on, that's
now who else is
good.
doing that?
That's some pimp shit there.
Yeah. So
They deliver it to me on the
we
beach.
just want to
the
make it
problem
work.
with that is when they bring that stack of money, the waitresses see it too, and all
We've
of a
got to
sudden
come
they
up
get
with a
real
better
friendly.
delivery. We'll start. We'll be more
They need to come in a box or
clandestine.
something, a wrap box.
Yeah,
but,
we'll
but yeah,
be
they
a-
deliver right on
yeah.
the beach, so wherever you are, or you can go pick the money up
Yeah.
from a pickup location.
Right, yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
Wings
we're
and
working on
Waffles
those
is one of
pickup
those spots,
locations,
39. Yeah, it's one of those spots.
Yep. So like
you have
Wings
pickup
and
locations.
Waffles, we're working with that. We're working here on Pueblito. We're working on that. So we're just gonna make it really work, Russ.
Yeah, that's as simple as you can get. Like I said, I'm including in the description the app YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So go to the app YouTube channel. Is there any information? Let's say if somebody else wanted to. Do you have a website as well?
Yeah, we do have the website. It's www.jubielee, Jubielee.com.
All that'll be included
Yep.
on the description too. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting on the beach. I'm
You back.
surrounded by great, beautiful brothers. I'm surrounded by strong gentlemen. I'm
more
surrounded
out
by
here.
successful
Lord.
men. I'm surrounded by successful men, and a couple of drunks. Me included.
I'm gonna say, I'm not-
Not yet though, not yet. Give me about 7 more drinks. But anyway, man, Alex, do you have anything to say to the people before we end the broadcast?
Well, yeah, I just two things.
Oh, you got the mic.
Oh yeah, too much. So just two things. Again, just want the brothers to give it a shot, and just to let me earn your business. Let me earn your business. And number two is a lot of the times when people are getting blocked because of the money that they're sending, we verify, and this is in terms of security, we verify the identity of all the users on the app. Mm-hmm. So when you're sending money to somebody, they've been verified, through the KYC. So that's why we don't have to limit how much money you send. But one thing that we do, Russ, and we can end on this, you never want to have your information plastered on the internet, because you send money to a young lady and she gets that receipt from Western Union that has your first name, your last name, where your mama live, your dog name. It has everything on that sheet, and then she plasters it, and then now here you are out there, and now you have a lot of scammers that could get your information. Yeah. What we do, Russ, is when you are verified, if your name is Larry Williams, I always use Larry Williams. If your name is Byron Leftowitz, then you can be going by Big B, B-Man. And that's your username on the app. But we verify your real name, and then that is held private. Yeah. Because some things you may not want to send. And a lot of guys, they don't want to send, Russ, because they're like, man, I can't, I got to send you all my information. I ain't really trying to have you have all that information.
Now, what I like about it, they don't have all your information, but you got all their information. Because they got to give you a cellular number, right?
Well, no. Only if they're doing the Jubie Cash and they don't have the app.
Okay.
So if you're sending to somebody Jubie Cash,
right,
you go straight Jubie Cash, and their information is kept as well.
Okay.
So it's there, so we keep everybody safe.
I'm doing it the other way. I want information.
Right, because then you Jubie Cash yourself, and you tell them, hey, give me your cellular. They give it to you, and then you Jubie Cash it, and you just give them the code. But
I love it. But this is what I'm going to do. Yep. So I'm back in DR, so y'all know every Monday I do a show. It's an interaction show where people can kind of basically come onto the channel, ask questions. So let's say for the next 2 months, right?
Yeah.
So can you join me on one of my Monday channels? And that way, if anybody who start using the Jubielee app, if they have any questions, and I'll post the same week that Alex joins me on the channel, that he'll come in there and he'll answer questions to you directly, and that way you have all your questions resolved. It just won't be this video, or just won't be his YouTube. You'll have a chance to talk to the developer, the owner, the CEO directly. No middleman, no nothing. Can I get you commit to that?
Yeah, no, definitely commit to that. And let's remember, we were supposed to, whoever is watching this show and they download it, let's show some people. They download it, they come to you, say, Russ, I downloaded. We're gonna load Russ's wallet with some real Jubie, with some real money. Mm-hmm. And then Russ, when the person downloads it and say they can find you on there, and they, and then you just Jubie Cash them some money, or send it to their Dominican account, or send it to a friend.
Yeah.
We're gonna let's show people how it works.
All right. Well, listen, if you want some Jubie Cash.
Yeah.
And y'all know y'all come here and spend some money.
Yeah.
So if you want some Jubie Cash, when Alex come on the show, for those who have the app downloaded, we're going to reward somebody once a month with some Jubie Cash.
Yeah, we're gonna give some money away so they can be in the States, send money to their friend and be whatever, or send money to themselves and set it up.
And that's for you new users, all right? So look at the date that this goes live, that this goes on the air. So everyone who watches this after you download the app, join me on my live, and you can win some real Jubie Cash. You can win some real Jubie Cash, y'all. Anyway, I thank you. And like I said, if you're watching it from this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whatever time you are from the world, I know you come to Dominican Republic, especially if you watch me. I appreciate you. I appreciate Alex for solving a problem. I appreciate him for making my life easier, and especially, like I said, being way out there in Madagascar, having a call by baby's mom and crazy hours, and talking about I need some money. So that right there, that I was a believer right there. Yeah. So that was it for me. So anyway, thank you, man. And like I said, tune in for the lives. We're gonna have Alex once a month for at least the next couple of months.
Yep.
And we're gonna give away some money, brother. I
Let's
appreciate
do it,
you.
especially through the holidays.
Thank you, sir. Oh yeah, it's the holidays.
Yeah, we're gonna give away some holiday money.
And we're gonna give away some tailor-made dreams money too
There we go.
for the holidays.
Let's do it.
So tune into it, man. So get this cash, get that Jubielee cash, get that tailor-made cash, and we're gonna just bless some folks.
Yeah,
How
let's
about
just
that?
bless some folks. The whole,
All right.
we did the whole month of November and December.
All right. Peace and love, family.
Thank
Peace
you
and love.
guys. Thanks,
right.
Russ.
No problem. Thank you.